In this Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree video, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to beat the Divine Beast Dancing Lion, which you can find in the first Legacy Dungeon Belurat Tower, and is probably the first major boss that you're going to do. First of all, outside the boss fight you can find the summon for Redmane Freya, which you can use if you want, but it does scale the Divine Beast Dancing Lion's health by quite a lot, so be wary of that. So this boss is pretty unique in that it has a bunch of different phases for different elements, except they're not really health determined. Until around 60% HP though, he's going to use this base form that you can see on the screen right now with a standard moveset. So the first combo he's going to do here is a lunge attack into a backflip attack. Usually after you dodge this backflip, you get the opportunity to get some hits in. So now he's doing a pretty simple 3-strike combo where he strikes twice and then does a delayed attack afterwards. Next up he's doing his special move, which you will want to memorize. He'll rise up and spin through the air twice, kick up the ground, and then use a breath attack. I recommend dodging into him for the second spin, as when he kicks up the ground he won't be able to hit you, and all you have to do is dodge the incoming breath attack. After you dodge this, you can definitely get a few free hits in. Now you can see him doing a 2-hit 360 combo which starts with his head and ends with using his tail. I failed to dodge this, but it's pretty easy to dodge if you can see it coming. One other thing we didn't see in this phase yet was the grab attack, but we'll see it later. So now that he's at 60%, he's going to start rotating through phases, starting with lightning. These phases don't rotate with damage and instead just rotate over time. He'll rotate to ice and wind afterwards in some random order. So the first attack he does here are some ranged lightning bolts, and note how he does 2 in a row and make sure you don't get caught out by that. He then uses his breath attack, which can also be used in phase 1. I recommend running away from this if you can, but if you can't, then you're going to have to try to dodge while really close to him, which is pretty hard to do. So in this phase, he basically has the same attacks, except they all have a lightning aftershock where he calls down lightning after he's done. This can be really annoying because the opportunities to attack in phase 1 are no longer really there because you could get hit by an RNG lightning bolt. There are some openings where he does an attack and doesn't call lightning from the sky, such as his double lightning bolt attack, and you really want to make sure you get these opportunities, as otherwise you can't really get a proper damage phase. Next up we can see him using the grab attack, which you can see the timing for on the screen. You definitely don't want to get hit by this grab attack because it will heal him the next time you use your Estus. There's also a small opportunity to attack after he does this. Moving on, he goes into this ice phase and he does an ability similar to Hoarfrost Stomp. If you can dodge this by dodging into him, you have a great opportunity to get a bunch of damage in, as he has a bit of a stagger time after he uses it. In this form, when he does a special killer move with the double air twirl, he will summon some icicles that deal frostbite over time, so you'll have to be a bit more precise with your dodging. Other than that, it's basically the same as his killer move from the base form. Moving on, we can see the last form that he has, the wind form. This form is pretty easy compared to the other two, as there are no big AoEs or any lightning bolts falling down from the sky. His most dangerous attack will be this wind-up whirlwind attack that has a huge range but can be dodged if you run to the side and then dodge at the very end. Other than that, his backflip also does a ranged attack, so be on the lookout for that, and you can get some pretty nice opportunities for damage throughout the phase. As you can see, this boss doesn't really change phases based on damage, as he's changing to lightning at the very last slither of his health bar. There's not much else to say about this boss that isn't really applicable to other bosses. Just make sure you have patience, wait out his combos, and make sure you get an opening to attack before getting greedy.